inside, my spirit's amplified. All above my God's eye, I ask.
Hello, greetings everyone. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video. If you are a new subscriber or a returning subscriber, thank you so much. This is Zwena'sIllumination. This is your host with the mostest, Zwena, here with another pick a card reading. Today's pick a card reading is asking what is the next chapter of your life. Okay, so we have 3 different groups that you can choose from. I have multiple ways that you can select. So here's the pile selection part of the reading. Again, ask yourself, tune into and trust your intuition as I go through this pile selection. So if you select this book of Water and the Spirit, Ritual Magic and Initiation in the Life of an African Shaman, written by Malidoma Patrice Some, this is your reading. You can also choose this this tarot deck called Tazama African Tarot. This is your reading if you choose this tarot deck. And I also have this tarot card for the world. So it's literally like 3 different ways that you can choose your file. Okay, next we have Get Out of Your Way. It's All in Your Head, written by Russ, the artist. He's a rapper, producer, I believe, and songwriter. And you have the Tarot of Mystical Moments. And this is your world card right here. All right, last but not least, we have this book, You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. And this is your deck. Titled, this is one of my favorites. All of these are actually like my favorites. This is called Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. And then here's your card for the world about completion. Okay, so please pause the video if you need to. Y'all got like 3 different ways to select your reading. Trust your intuition, and I'll see you there. Okay, hello everybody. If you chose this whole group of things, you are my pile 1. We are answering the question, what is the next chapter? So what's the next chapter of our life? All right, so I'm going to let y'all know 3 things. First thing is, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates. Trust your intuition. I am not you. You are your best guidance. I'm just giving you, some light to confirm whatever you already feeling inside. All right. Secondly, this is about your current energy. Nothing is set in stone. And finally, I forgot what I was going to say, but it is okay. It may come to my mind. All right, so this is your book. So we're going to start with a clairvoyant book reading. So this is basically me. I had like randomly closed my eyes and landed on a page and selected like an excerpt that may apply to your current energy. After that, we're going to look into your current wants and needs, and then like the lesson that you've been learning in this current chapter that you're in. And then we're gonna, hit the tarot, talk about your next chapter, and then end with some advice. All right, so that was a handful, but let us get started. So your beginning of the reading starts with this chapter titled The Meeting at the Earth Shrine. And the fact that this says, you chose the book that says of water and spirit, this is something where you have realized the power of speaking your mind, the power of becoming your own altar, and your own shrine, and like knowing how to worship your body, your mind, your spirit, your heart. Maybe you have a connection to water, or maybe spirit, you feel like there's a longing for water. Maybe you like to listen to water sounds when you go to sleep. You could be a water sign. Just take what resonates. Okay. So this is what I highlighted. These are the texts. I don't know if you could read it. But it says, clearing his throat loudly, water our garden. Our garden needs far more watering than we had believed. Way back to his roots, coming out of the wilderness. When the spirits have a plan for someone, he survives, even the unsurvivable. So I feel like in this current chapter, if you're watching this reading towards like, you know, when I first posted January of 2023, your last year you could have struggled with finding harmony within who you are, and like this says, watering your own garden. So feeling good and taking care of yourself. You could be a victim of self-sabotage, but that also means that you've been your own villain. You've become your own villain. You're a victim of your own villainhood, if that makes sense. But every villain has a story, okay? And this is a scene where the elders come to a council and are like, you know, I know we are elders, but we have our grandson who's come and inform us of something that's very important that we need to pay attention to. So you could be an eldest sister, or you could be the opposite. You could be a younger sibling, or somebody who's usually surrounded by older people, or is usually told like, you seem so mature for your age. You have a lot of knowledge because you've come out of the wilderness. So that means you've come out of a lot of, you know, rough beginnings where you've landed into a more wiser body and a more wiser being. Okay. And yeah, so yeah, you have learned the lesson of why it is important for you to always speak your mind. All right. And yeah, speaking loudly. Yes. So we're going to continue. If you feel like you're vibing with this, let's keep going. So now we're going to talk about your current wants and or needs. And needs, not and or. Okay. And these are the lessons. So these are the lessons in between. Okay. That's that. All right. Okay. So this is your want. And this is your need. And so, hold on really quickly. I'm about to grab something. So I feel like your want is to get out of your own head. You feel like you've been tied down, frustrated with life circumstances. You could have isolated yourself because I see a brick wall. You could have been forced. Circumstances could have forced you to like set boundaries. And it seems like towards the whole world, or who used to feel like the world to you, if that makes sense. Like somebody that you consider to be a part of like your reality, like that unconditional love partner kind of shocked you. So you're trying to get out of your own head when it comes to your own loneliness. And I don't know if you're using your thoughts to actually help you. You're almost like hurting yourself because you see the person is stabbing the brick wall. Maybe you could be persistent. You could be making progress. Or, you know, you can realize that there is other ways to be outside of the box. You could also not like to be like defined. You don't like labels. And you see you have two birds that are looking at you kind of like, what is he doing? And maybe if you look around and not inside of this brick, you can see that there is a world outside of the one that you created. Okay? So that's your current want to escape. You feel tied down and frustrated, like somebody's controlling you, and you want to escape. Your need is to not necessarily come to a point where you need to escape. However, you need to come to a point where you come to yourself. This is all inside your head. And that's something that Spirit wants you to know. This is all inside of your head. It's nothing that you can really escape because it's you. That's low-key deep. Yeah, that's very deep. You know, you could feel overwhelmed. And that's because you could be highly thought of. Your need is to realize that you are highly thought of and that you are supported. You may feel like you're alone, but that is a lie. You're swamped by emotions and depressed, and you need to get through or let go what it is that you're reaching for at the core of your being. Maybe you like to read, because I said reading for, I don't know. There's something in the way of you reaching the core of your own being. And that's what I kind of say here. You're trapped inside. So it's not necessarily that you can run away from yourself. There's no such thing. You could look up the song. I'm going to just put the link in the bio. Bob Marley, Running Away. That's like one of my favorite songs of all time. Okay, let's keep going because we are running out of time. So we asked about the lesson. This is your special group because every group didn't get this. This one just kind of found its way out. Okay. So the lesson that you are currently learning, or that this wants and need tug of war situation is teaching you. So it says, Ruby, bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. Again, you're not alone. And the alone is, you may feel like, no, you don't know what I'm talking, you don't know what I'm experiencing, but little do you know, once you open your heart up to certain things, it's going to find you. And the Two of Swords is about making decisions, you know what I'm saying? Like, but this is giving me like going with the flow within the unknown, like learning how to dance within the unknown and not being, again, inside your head. Usually in the Two of Swords, the person is blindfolded, but the only thing that you see is the moon, and the moon sheds light. If you look up the movie The Rise of the Guardians, I believe, they talk about how like the moon gives you light even in the darkest moments or something like that. Or the moon was like he chose the chosen one. So you could be a chosen one or some real shit too. You establish your own sense of balance as well, because you are learning to just sit still where you are, to literally imagine this person as fighting the brick wall, to just sit down, meditate, and realize like, oh, like have an epiphany, and realize the balance, that all of this is just created by the mind. So imagine the bricks just disintegrating into thin air, and then you're able to walk out freely. Yeah, so you've still struggling though. This next chapter of your life is probably going to have to do with you, what's it called? Like making a decision. That's very important. Making a decision to choose yourself until you find this sense of inner equilibrium. You know that you have to reach equilibrium. That's where you need to walk to, is inner peace. And you are removing yourself from a lot of people. You are like, you know, but you can't leave people and expect to escape who you are, you know, because you're always going to just be there. It's you. It's kind of obvious, but yeah. Okay, it says Kyanite, make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, taking care of yourself. A riddle made by God has no solution, and a liar's forgetful. So don't lie to yourself. You're learning like that you can only go but so far by lying to yourself and being around certain people that just literally you don't fuck with. You just don't mess with. It's okay. It is all right. It's all right. Okay. So if you vibe with this current energy, let us move forward into the rest of the reading. I'm going to try to go through this. A very special way of doing these things. See, that was so bad. Oh my gosh. Embarrassing. Of the deck energy is the Strength card. Beautiful. Okay. So now we have our spread that depicts your next chapter, everything. So this is your current chapter, like you're the last page of your current chapter. This is the first page of your next chapter, what you believe, what you know about this next chapter, what you feel and what you think, your challenge and your victory, okay? So, beautiful. So you have learned to trust your knowing. Many people, your inner knowing may have gone against a lot of people that you once trusted and you once kind of put on a pedestal in your life. Your elders or people that always advised you or counseled you, and you're realizing that, you know, you could take that in, but the ultimate deciding factor in whatever decisions you're making about your next chapter has to do with you. So that's the last page of this current chapter that you're in. Okay. The first page. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So, damn. It's okay. I don't feel like getting it. That's my selenite. Okay. But this first page of your next chapter is you choosing to walk away, but instead of feeling defeated, you feel victorious. So that's very beautiful. And it's there's two swords. So you're leaving behind this whole thing of like not trusting your intuition, and you're moving forward in the name of your heartbreak, you know? Because I think of the Three of Swords. So in the name of fighting for what you believe in, fighting for what you love, which is yourself and whoever loved one this is. Remember, this is a general reading. So yeah, you're walking away victorious. And this could be within yourself, like within battling your own doubts. So what you believe. So you believe that the next step that you need to take is to see things from a different perspective. This purple reminds me of the crown chakra. So you should be doing a lot of meditating, touching nature, or pouring libation, or like doing certain things that are in tune with like physical nature. Okay. So that's what the Hangman is about. What do you know? You know that this is not an easy process. You understand that there's no one way that you will succeed. There's no one way. There's multiple ways, multiple exits, you know, throughout this highway called life. And that's a really beautiful lesson. But you know at the same time that you have to experience life to freaking know what's going on. Like, you don't know. Your knowing is that you don't really know what the end of the road is going to look like, or know what the journey is going to look like. You're just trying to keep and believe in the end of the road, you know, like the light at the end of the tunnel is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Then you have, this is what you feel. So you feel like, you know, you're learning. You're in this learning stage of like, maybe like doing things like affirmations or thinking positively. You're learning to surrender your negative thoughts and communicate to people. You probably are one of my people that do not like to ask for help or support, but you may feel very uncomfortable, but you may be holding your tongue because you feel like you're a page and you should actually be like, you feel ashamed of not being a freaking queen or a king of swords, of, you know, being able to master communication. You could also, this is a random message, you could be addicted to social media and comparing yourself on social media. So you know as a fact, and you feel like that is your downfall, and that's something that you do need to address in this next chapter. I see this is aligning with that in order to have a true victory. And then what you think, you feel like, I don't know if you, maybe on the in the inside, you feel like you don't trust in that happily ever after. So you're going to be battling with negatively thinking about or doubting this happily ever after that is guaranteed for you. You know, you have to trust in what's here for you. And it's really a sense of inner emotional fulfillment that you're low-key craving. You think that it's impossible to truly achieve. You feel like there's always going to be some shit with life. But the key is that once you find that equilibrium that we were talking about earlier, that inner peace and balance, there's no such thing as right or wrong, good or bad. There's just what it is, you know? And so as you're just learning, and then you master. You learn and then you master. I got that from Laura Hill. But yeah. Okay, so your challenge. Your challenge is having patience. You're going to be struggling with a lot of patience in this next chapter. This next chapter could range from the next couple of months, next few weeks, however you write your own booklet, you know. But things are going to take some time, okay? And yeah, you're going to just struggle with a lot of patience. And again, as you wait, you're going to have those thoughts like, what if weeds destroy the fruits of my labor? Like, what if people try to steal whatever I got? You know, like, you're going to be battling those situations. But as a page, though, you're going to utilize your own sense of grace, fearlessness, and you will succeed. But I feel like there's a lot of need for you to really like choose to have faith. And then your victory will be, okay, it's interesting that your victory is the Tower. I would say like whatever weak foundations that you thought were going to succeed, they're going to finally fall into place, and you're going to be able to see it from a bird's eye view, you know, because it seems like the Tower card already happened. So it's going to be beyond you. You're going to literally be divinely intervened on some, you know, like on some real shit. You're going to be divinely intervened, trying to achieve an outcome that is not necessarily like in the right perspective. It's like, let me give you an example. So you think that you're going to be like just rich and famous by getting signed to this one record label. The whole time that one record label like turns you down, and then the next few weeks you get like an even bigger offering from like another totally other record label that saw your random 3-year-old video or song on YouTube and was like, yo, we need that. So it's going to be like that. Okay. That's going to be your victory, but it's going to require you to, again, be patient and trusting. Like trust is literally peace. Once you have trust, you have peace. Okay. So it's, again, trusting your inner knowing, trusting your victory. That's going to be your main challenge. Everything is going to be very internal. You got 2 major arcana cards. No, 3, actually. Sorry. 2 swords. So yeah, like it's going to be really internal. It has to do with your passion and your trust and your emotional and physical fulfillment. Okay? So that is your next chapter. Now we're going to get into Spirit's advice. So it says, surrender to miracles, be open to miracles occurring in your life, feel and know that these events are real, let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. Beautiful. It says, surrender negative thinking. See, all of these are purple as well, so that's your crown chakra. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. So your homework today is to write like a battle stance, like write positive affirmations that can battle out those negative thoughts that you're addicted to. Okay. Then we have builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a sense of accomplishment. So this has to do with like your life purpose. You're meant to build an empire of some sort, and create something. And then strength. So you got a double strength. You got a lot of strength. Everything you've been experiencing in your life has made you strong and courageous. And I feel like you may be the type to try to compare your trauma to other people and be like, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that go through worse, you know, so I have no excuse. Like, just because your battles are internal, like depression or anxiety, that is not, you know, it's not any less than any other, you know, trauma. Like, acknowledge what you've gone through, even if you've put yourself through that trauma, and forgive yourself first and foremost, and then surrender to spirit, surrender to miracles, and surrender your negative habitual thinking. It says dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So you have a lot of power. Like I said earlier, you are definitely a chosen one. People who are meant to, you know, make a huge mark on this world, they have to go through something to give them a little bit texture. You know what I'm saying? To really have something to say, have a story to tell that can connect with other individuals. You also have cougar. I was about to say courage. Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. That's what this gives. Claim your leadership role and take action. We know where to go and what to do. You have life courage and confidence to succeed. Beautiful. Okay, we have, if you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. So I feel like this has to do with your higher purpose. Like, don't get lost in the what's it called? The struggle of that baby step that's in front of you. You know, on the other hand, you have to, take your baby steps, but also realize your mission. And that mission will serve as your infinite amount of fluid, because you are a service to, if you believe in God, like God's children, you are in service to just children. You could have a connection to children or not, I don't know, or just the world, you know what I'm saying, in some shape or form. It says throat chakra, the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. So this gives like your truth, being able to see beyond secrets, and not only just see them and hold them in and suppress them, sorry for the car, but to speak, to speak your truth and stand in that shit without the fear of offending anybody. And then it says, heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desires. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. Then we have words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and this is what you attract to yourself. So that literally goes with that service card. Like, I feel like, yeah, you have a higher purpose, and you can't help but to see, life through the lens that's not necessary. This world is not perfect, is what I'm trying to say. So you see everything through an imperfect lens. For instance, like when I even went to the zoo, I felt so fucking depressed because I'm like, yo, these animals are not in their natural habitat. They're not happy. And I could not be happy. I just couldn't. And then it says, face your financial fears. When you are honest with yourself about fears or success or failure, they can no longer control you. That's literally what we were talking about in the first, with the 8 of Swords energy. Yeah. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. Beautiful. Finally, you have detox your friendships. Your abundance is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. That goes with this victory card. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Awesome sauce. Yes, take away the people-pleasing abilities. Situations that you do. I don't know. Ignore what I just said. My brain is farting. Okay. Shift your perspective. I'll put that on top of the Hanged Man. This is a message from Spirit. It says, say no without an explanation. So yeah, like set boundaries clearly with those people. It says go. That's interesting. And finally, choose to focus on the solution, not the problem. And don't focus on like how you're going to reach that solution, because that's God's answer. Like that's Spirit's answer. The universe is going to guide you to where you need to go. Don't focus on the how, but just the why, the passion, the mission. So I would say your homework is to create a mission statement, and then to also, create affirmations. Okay. So if you reached this far, I would love for you to put a crescent moon for this reading. Thank you so much for reaching the end with me. I wish you so much luck on this next journey of yours, this next chapter. And yeah, much love. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you. If you chose this deck and this book, this is your reading. I would love to open this reading up with 3 different messages. First thing, I'm not telling you that you do not already know. Second, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates. Trust your intuition. This is your ultimate guidance. I'm just a little tool to help you, guide, to help you follow your own intuition, okay? And then finally, this is based on your current energy. Nothing is set in stone. Things are bound to change. Okay, so this is the structure of the reading. We're going to start off with the clairvoyant message with this book. Then we're going to get into your current wants and needs and the lesson that you're learning right now in this present moment. After you go through that checkpoint, we're going to get into the tarot about your next chapter and then some advice, okay? So let's get it started. So when I flipped and closed my eyes on what message would be very important to you, you got chapter 10, the stakeout, plotting while being patient. So obviously I feel like you are a person that craves freedom. You can be somewhat impulsive. You are a free spirit. You do not like to feel trapped for too long. I feel like your ultimate goal, one of your ultimate goals, is to basically to be your own boss. 10 symbolizes, that final step of completion, but also a new beginning with 1 and 0. So like infinite beginning, I don't know what stakeout means. I'm going to put the definition, like it's going to float, okay, in there. Plotting while being patient. So I feel like, yeah, you're going to risk it all, and being strategic with this risk is very interesting. And I also got the vision of Hunger Games or Neferi when they take that breath, and then they hit that target. So you're going to be very strategic. You're going to hit whatever target you want. You're going to hit it. Okay. Yeah. It's like action with patience. It's very interesting. And you're going to be able to say that Spirit is saying to say thank you after you accomplish something. So you're definitely going to accomplish something. And for you to choose it's all in your head and get out of your own way, I feel like you've already checked marked, or you already know, like, I am in my own way. Like I'm not in competition with nobody else but myself. But the kill is, if you're in you should collaborate with yourself. I don't feel like you should compete with yourself. That's just me. Okay. So if you feel like that resonates with you, that's interesting. That's for my tea. Okay. We're going to get into your current wants and needs. Okay. So your current wants. Interesting. The 6 of Cups and clouds, temporary problems. Your needs are, 10 of Swords and needle and thread. Very interesting. And I'm paying attention to these eyes. They have 2 different color eyes. You can have 2 different color eyes, or you're just very unique. Let's move forward. Okay, so when it comes to your wants, I feel like you really crave a community, but you feel like you have temporary problems that are hindering your journey to that. Like your soul tribe, your soul family. You've been doing this alone, but you're ready to meet like-minded individuals that have similar, if not the same, goals as you. You can see that your main issue has to do with you kind of being cold-hearted, maybe. Take that if it resonates. Or you kind of setting your own limitations when it comes to trusting people. So you kind of create your own energetic and emotional limitations when it comes to meeting new people. And I understand that you have the eye of discernment and trust issues, okay? You feel intense emotions, though. You could be an Aquarius, because like Aquarius, we are the water bearers. Like we feel the emotion, but sometimes because we feel it so much, it's like too much to even express type shit, because we already know how people may respond to our shit too. Sorry, I'm just like the smoke incense is getting in my way. Okay, you are also in this point of transformation and finding harmony, or you want to find harmony within your solar mission, your solar tribe. Yeah, okay. So, and you're an authentic person as well. Like you crave authentic people, and you can see past bullshit easy. You can see past the clouds, because you know what the moon and the sun look like. You know what true, genuine people look like. You know who you look like, which is a real authentic person. So it's kind of hard for you to bullshit and put like, a facade on your face, whatever. That's very interesting that I said that, facade on your face, whatever. But yeah, like you honestly express your love and your other feelings without the need for a translation. And I'm looking at how the sun is blocked by both. So because of that, though, at the cost of that, you have lost touch of that nostalgic, childlike, pure happiness. 2020 could have been a brutal year for you, where you kind of lost touch with that happiness. And yeah, so now let's go into your needs. So what you actually need is a sincere wish will be granted, needle and thread. I feel like this has to do with you trusting in your tools to really create bonds. Your need is that you have to use whatever emotional tools, whatever past heartbreak, and this almost gives me vibes of like hair as well. Like you have to use your past experiences as tools to not break bonds, but to build and create bonds. Okay? And I think that you have to go towards the unknown, you know? Because you have nothing left to lose when it comes to people. There's like, you have nothing to lose. You know that you're not going to lose yourself. That shit is like uncompromising. You're never going to lose yourself. So that's not even in the question. But like, there's nothing to lose. So don't be afraid to go towards the unknown. Like, walk in those clouds. You know what I'm saying? Because you have, you know, an inner type of intuitive vision. Yeah. Okay. So learn how to sort out fear and love. Sort through fear and love. Yeah. Okay. So now this is what your lesson was. Okay. Your lesson right now is, it says, ask the truth from a child. Never help a person who doesn't help anybody else. So that's just some pointers. If you don't help nobody else, who's going to be your friend? That could be a message too. No answer is also an answer. And a brave person dies once, and a coward dies many times. So how many times do you want to choose to die before you reach that emotional fulfillment with creating? I feel like you want to create an empire. Like, you want to create something with people and someone. Okay, like I see a sisterhood or a brotherhood, or, you know, just a regular community type shit. And you crave belonging. You feel like you're naturally misunderstood. Maybe you feel like you're like the clouds are in between you and people. So it's like people can't even, and it's temporary. You don't realize how it's temporary, because these clouds too, they'll pass by, because your real people will find you. It says ametrine being/balancing masculine and feminine energies. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you, and your masculine side to give you confidence. So I feel like you all are definitely more imbalanced when it comes to you utilizing your more masculine, logical side, where you learn how to block your heart from trying to travel onto your sleeve type shit. Like, you don't wear your heart on your sleeve because you know that, you know, your heart is a little, your heart's skin is a little thick. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been hurt bad. So, and that's when scarring happens, you know, your skin does grow tougher. So it's not like it's a negative thing, but you should acknowledge how this is beautiful. This is a natural and authentic beauty that you possess. It says, be yourself as God made you, naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. So your people will find you. And if you don't have anybody right now, then it's not the time. Okay. But at the same time, don't be too scared to just take that first risk of just reaching out of your comfort zone and saying, hey, and introduce yourself to somebody. Okay, so if you feel like you resonate with this energy, let's keep on going. And I also got the message like of your workspace too. You could be to yourself when it comes to your workspace, and people want to know more. You give that mysterious vibe to people. Okay. Like, fuck, it's just in my face. Sorry. Okay, so now we're going to get into your tarot. We're going to get into your next chapter. So I've broken this up into a lot of different things. These is like, oh my gosh. I love the decks that have like the silver thingamabobbins. The edges. They're really cute. Ugh, I don't like to bend them too much. Okay. Now... let's split the deck. All right. Okay, so hello. Hey. So now we're gonna get into like some more insight into your next chapter. So this card represents the last page of your current chapter. So, ooh, I like that. So the last page of your current chapter is basically saying that you can become a lot more graceful when it comes to yourself. You're gonna learn that it's okay to party, because I'm looking at the birthday party hat. Your birthday could be coming up soon. I'm looking at the hand as well. You know that you're in God's hands. You know that you're taken care of. You're divinely guided and protected. So you're going to be able to make wishes and be graceful in that as you transform. So you know that you're going to go through an innocent transformation. You're going to revisit your inner child. So a place of purity. You're only going to be surrounded by pure souls, people with pure hearts, because you have a pure heart. Okay. The first page, excuse me. Ooh. This is so beautiful. Sarasvati could be very important to you. I don't know, because I'm looking at the swan and then the fact that like it looks like she's playing an instrument or whatever. Yeah, okay. But the Knight of Cups. So you could have your next chapter is you're going to get an offering of love. Music could be a very important part in your life as well. Or like you could play the guitar, you know, to get through the pain, or just listen to the music. Listen to music to like get through the pain. But yeah, so the first page of your next chapter is going to have to do with an offering of love. An offering of love, and low-key an acceptance of love. Okay? Interesting. So what you believe is that your past experiences are nothing to be ashamed of. You feel like you can stand your ground. You're not going to put on a performance. You're leaving out of the prison, the mental prison, when it comes to you putting on a performance to please people. You're done with people pleasing. So what you believe is that whoever comes your way is going to have nothing but to appreciate the fact that you're a product of your past experiences. Okay? So yeah, you're a lover. You are love. It's a lot of love that's coming in this next chapter. Whether you want it or not, this is what your soul is yearning for. Okay. What do you know? So you know for a fact that I think you know for a fact that like this next person coming into your life, it could be the one. Like they could match your energy is what I'm saying. Like I don't like to give false hope with the one, because you should be your one person first and foremost, always. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like this person is going to match your energy, be like, you're going to be able to, you know that you're going to also be able to set your boundaries clear, but also like in a beautiful way. So whoever matches that energy and whoever is able to approach you is going to see your tender heart. Because this gives me like not a forceful like King of Swords, but like a calm, cute, sweet, collected King of Swords. Okay. That is beautiful. So you feel like there is hope. You are sitting patiently in your temple, wishing upon a star. You could also be a star. You could have that star quality, that natural attraction. People are naturally attracted to you. So you just take your time. You get pages, you get knights, and you get fucking kings and queens. So like, you know the power that you hold when it comes to what you can attract, but you're still keeping the faith. So you feel like faith is a necessary tool that you'll need in order to attract the right person in your life. What you think, this is so beautiful. I just love this deck so much. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, you feel like, self-love is the best love. Ignore that. That was so corny. Oh my gosh. But like, as you go through this transformation, I'm paying attention to this one little butterfly right here. Like, you're going to receive so much love. I feel like this is what you think. So you think that this love will be fulfilling, and it will. Okay? Because it's going to reflect something in you. Somebody's going to help you love yourself. Yeah. Okay, what is your challenge in this next chapter? Your challenge is being able to expand. I love that. And see things beyond your own limitations that you placed upon yourself. Okay, so you're going to be able to expand beyond the horizons and take that next step. Your challenge is going to be taking that next step into discomfort zone. Okay, sorry. That was my hair that did that. But yeah, and I'm paying attention to this as well. And I'm paying attention to this too. It's so cute. It's so much relationship cards. Like, it's a lot of cards regarding give and receive and shit like that. But yeah, like this right here, you're stepping out of this vision. This is the Nine of Swords. So you could like literally envision people's eyes on you, people giving you the evil eye and shit like that. But just realize that all of that is not even valid because you're protected, you know? Yeah, but your main challenge is going to be taking that next step. That's not necessarily going to be comfortable. Your victory, King of Pentacles. And this is like the last card in the deck too. And you see the house in her hair, like that's like a nest. So you are going to be able to create, a positive, good, long-lasting foundation when it comes to where you choose to plant your seeds. You're going to reap exactly what you sow in this situation. And this is going to be a slow, steady, but sure relationship. And I know I've been like sticking to a relationship because I get main relationship vibes, but this can also be a relationship to yourself, a relationship to your job, like a career path. Like something is going to find you and strum your little heartstrings, okay? So yeah, that is your victory. So now we're going to get into advice from Spirit. Okay, so let's start with what you need to surrender. It says surrender your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. So yeah. So if you've been holding yourself back from, making that first move on someone, make that first move. Or something, make that first move, okay? Then we have your life purpose cards. It says oracle cards. You could read tarot as well. It says you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So you could definitely be psychic. Like you could give readings. So if your next step also has to do with you starting a YouTube channel, like what I'm doing, do that thing, girl. Like do that thing, okay? Because you have a power. You know what I'm saying? Like this is, again, you have power to do this. You're yearning for yourself at the end of the day as well. It says children, your life's purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. So this is a very specific message. Take it if it resonates, and also take that if it resonates. And you can what's it called? There's an affirmation that says like, I am the oracle. So you do know, like, I don't know if you give yourself a lot of credit about like how much you really know in this world, like your intuition. Like you be knowing shit before it actually happens. Okay, now you have sea turtle protection. You are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything that you need to be protected and happy. Okay, it says horse freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Period. It says parents. The divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you to heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. So that is very specific. And this could do with like you growing up or you following a dream and them kind of shutting it down just to protect you from the real world. Like I hate that reality thing. Like that's what Russ, the author of your book that you chose, he's like, reality is like one of the worst words, words, concepts, because there's no such thing as reality. Like let your imagination run free with this Ace of Cups and this Magician card. It says cut cords. Cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. That's powerful. Okay, we also have Twin Flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So that is very specific. You could either cut off a twin flame and it gives you a soulmate that comes into your life, or this is your twin flame here that's trying to come in. Okay, and it says God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So don't be afraid. If you feel like, for example, I'm using that example of the YouTube channel. If you feel like, you know, other people can take away, or you don't have a chance because there's only but so much famous people in YouTube that can, you know, happen or some shit like that. You know, just thinking about minimalist, limited beliefs. That's not the case, because there's an infinite amount of resources, infinite amount of money that's waiting for you. It's waiting at your disposal. Okay, unlimited ideas. So you gotta unlimit yourself. Take that shit away. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Beautiful. That's your imagination, your inner child. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring you blessings. So you need to keep a dream journal where you get ideas at random, okay? Or a daydream journal, yeah. Okay, so it says all you need to do is take the divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. Beautiful. And these ideas are protected as well. Okay, and you have your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones. So one thing that I have to get outside, like I know I'll be Uber Eats foods and shit, and I'll be afraid to like look at my account. Like, don't be afraid to look at your account. You know, that's very specific, because that's what happens to me. But yeah, like once you see everything out on the table and you budget shit, you're gonna feel a lot more clean, clearer, and like comfortable in what you got going on. And then it says no more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power, that unlimited power source. Take that shit back by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence, assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. Gorgeous. Okay. Stop complaining. Don't claim victimhood. Yeah. And did I say that in this one? Like victimhood and villain? I don't know. That was in the last one maybe. Okay. You have that it factor. Know it. Period. Trust it. Period. It's okay to be taken care of. Period. That's that new relationship coming in. And be patient with yourself. You know, take your time. Be patient. That's what a child is. They're patient with themselves. It's the people that try to speed them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to grow up and shit. Don't let adults try to adult you. Stay young at heart. That's what's going to keep you young for the rest of your life. But okay, this concludes your reading. If you feel like this resonates, I want you to, what's it called? Do a star. I said do a star. Type a star, okay? If you feel like this resonates with you. All right, this concludes your reading. I hope that this resonated. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for moi. All right? Thank you. I love you so much. Bye. Hello, my beautiful last pile, my pile number 3. If you chose this card, this deck, or this book, this is your reading. I would like to start this off by saying I'm not letting you know anything that you do not already know. This is your intuition, okay? That's calling for your attention. I just want to help you find that, or just realize that, okay? Don't take anything that does not resonate with you. This is a general reading, so again, take what resonates. And lastly, energy is not created nor destroyed, only transferred. So this is your current energy. This is nothing set in stone, okay? All right, let's get started. So we start off with the clairvoyant message, then we move on to your current wants and needs in this current chapter that you're in. Then we're going to get into your next chapter and then some advice. Okay, so let's get it started. So this is what came through when I randomly flipped to a page. So it says, watch your mouth, focus on what you enjoy about what you do in the spaces in between that doing, instead of feeling weighed down by it all. Decide that you live in an awesome, relaxed life full of interesting projects that you love doing, and communicate that to the world and yourself, and then go out and merrily do it. So this has to do with it says the drama of being overwhelmed. So that lets me know that this is all in your head. Okay, it's all in your head. If you need to get some help, get some help. You don't need to do everything by yourself. You don't need to overwork yourself and feel like that is success, because that is not success. Rest and work hand in hand. Okay. So you could be quote unquote busy all the time, or you're like a chicken with its head cut off. You like to overwork yourself to feel satisfied, or to distract you from an inner void that you're kind of avoiding. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Again, you're a badass, okay? Stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. Period. Boom. Okay, so now let's get into your, what's it called? Your current wants and needs. So after you get through this checkpoint, you'll know whether or not this reading is meant for you, okay? So here we have your wants. Your wants and your needs. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is very specific. You could, like me, I'm waiting to get my family inheritance money, but you could have some family inheritance money that's waiting for you. That's very specific because it looks like a grandmama or something like that. You could be an artist. Yeah, but your wants is you wish that your family would be well. I feel like you're a provider. You're a caretaker in some shape or form. If it's emotionally, financially, physically, you love, and a lot of your happiness and security and feeling of security in life stem from your family's security. Okay, so you want, sometimes at the own cost of your own health, mental health, emotional health, you sacrifice yourself for the help of your family. That's very specific. And also, you're really busy in your creative endeavors. You could be a very creative person, but there's just this message of busyness. Okay, you also are a natural born healer, is what I'm hearing as well. And you kind of separate yourself. It's like you separate yourself because you are very empathic and emotionally sensitive to a lot of shit that's been going on with your family. However, it's still there. So in order to cope with that, you could create. You can create spaces, create literal physical things. You can do music, art. You could be you could write, journal. Yeah. Okay. You love your solitude, but at the same time, that's your only way to take care of yourself. So your wants is to maybe get out of that solitude and connect back with your family, or you crave more solitude and to retreat from your family. So take what resonates. Okay, when it comes to what you actually need, what you need to do is trust that your family is built on a solid foundation. You have to learn to trust that everything is okay, all is well. And I think these are I don't know what these are. Crabs, starfish. It's very interesting. So your need that you've learned in this current chapter is that Very difficult. You need to reinstill hope in your life, okay? You need to reinstill hope in the understanding of life's possibilities. Don't block your blessings. It's okay to, dwindle in the past and surrender those sorrows and acknowledge those sorrows for what they are. But after that point of total, moping and spiraling down, once you reach that rock bottom, don't just cry and waddle there anymore. You gotta rise to the top, okay? Don't stop. Yeah, and you're gonna work, this is a loss. So you could have recently, this is very specific. You could have gone through a specific loss when it comes to your family or some people who you thought of as family. And as a result, you've, become alone. That's very specific. Or vice versa. As a result of that, you have been with family 25/8 and you crave solitude. Similar messages, but kind of different on different scales. But yeah, so what you need to know, this is a knowing. You need to know that you stand on a solid foundation and that you need to focus on a solid foundation that is waiting for your retrieval. I don't know the word. It's waiting. God damn it. It's waiting for you to receive it. It's already made. You just have to receive the shit. But it's going to take some mental and more emotional and materialistic, physical effort. Okay? Yeah. You're ready to move on, though. You're ready to move. You're ready to move. You're ready for this next chapter. Okay, so this is your lessons. Okay? That you are currently learning right now. And if this is resonating, after we move on, we're going to go into your next chapter. So it says, Malachite, prosperity. There is a positive shift in the flow of your divine support. It says, Calcite, busy times, multitasking. So yes, you could be very busy, working, a lot of shifts or some shit. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. You are a busybody that needs to be realistic about what's going on in your life. It says appetite, progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus on how far you've come and all that you've learned so far. Beautiful. And then it says, Dolomite, stay strong in faith. Your positive outcome is dependent on keeping a positive mindset. And there's a message that you feel like you already know. You could be a product of an overworking family or people that compare themselves. If you don't resonate with comparing yourself, if you already learned that lesson, this is something that you may recognize in your family members. And you're like, y'all don't see it the way that I see it. You almost seem like you're giving me black sheep of the family vibes. That's very specific if you feel like that. It says, reap what you sow. So you know that whatever you create you're an artist. So you determine the price of your artwork type shit. Be it your life. Your life is priceless. And that's the same shit with art. Art is definitely priceless. So you're reaping what you are planting the seeds in this positive, solid foundation. It says, treat the days well and they will treat you well. That's how you talk to yourself. Treat yourself well and treat your body well. Your everyday shit, exercise well, all that shit, and your body will treat you well. A man yearns for his paradise, but it could not become his home. But it could also become his hell. So yeah, be careful what you wish for. You may be what's it called? I'm getting, what's her name? Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz or some shit. When you're at your house, you're not really grateful for everybody, everything. And then you'll realize the amount of power that you possess within yourself, in this present moment. You may feel I'll be happier once I get this, or I'll be happier when I move out. That's not necessarily the case, because every single stage that you reach has its own challenges, okay? And then it says, the hen's eyes are where her eggs are. So wherever you feel your projects are, you've learned that there's not, whatever you create is protected. You be knowing shit before you be knowing shit. Okay, so if you feel you resonate with this vibe, this situation, let's move on into your next chapter, okay? All right, so let's shuffle. We're gonna shuffle. Alrighty, but daddy. Into it. Ooh. Let's get into it. Spirit. Getting into it. Alright. Alright, we here. Okay. So the first card represents the last page of your current chapter. What's the last page? It says the Two of Swords. That is very interesting. So I think the last page is you realizing that it is your time to make a decision. And it's going to be about creating boundaries with people. Okay? It's definitely going to be about creating boundaries and trusting that your word will get you far. You have one arm that's free, which can definitely take your blindfold off, you know? I think the last page of your next chapter has to do with you taking the blindfold off, it's the time to take this blindfold off and to see what lies ahead. Yeah. Okay, so your next chapter is the Tower. Very interesting. So this Tower, I'm paying attention to, I don't think that this is your Tower moment, but for the first time ever, you're not going to be emotionally attached to this Tower. You're either going to see some shit and see it from the bird's eye view, and you're not going to let it take away from your emotional stability. Okay? It's going to be entertaining to you because you know at the end of the day, you're taken care of. And you know that the sun is going to rise and fall. Okay? So I feel like this is not necessary. This is a detachment. This is a good Tower moment. Because, yeah, you're having fun. And with this bunny and the teddy bear, it's like, it's your inner child that feels safe. You know, like when you're a child, usually it could be a lot of shit going on. And for some reason, like, I don't know, you know, kids, for some reason, they still have this innocent outlook on life, no matter what. Okay. Yeah. But it's because in this last chapter, you've risen above the situation that you found yourself in. Okay. You've risen above it. And so you know that what lies ahead is something that is you have the ability to combat it. You have the tools to fight whatever lies ahead. Okay? Yeah. You may also be picking and choosing, like be careful with picking and choosing what is valid and what is not. You know, don't hide yourself from like all the truths, you know, and like being selective with what you see, what you choose to acknowledge. That's a very specific message regarding your situation with family or wherever, your environment, whatever. Okay. So this is what you believe. You believe that, yeah, you're rich. Like you believe that, like you have long-standing wealth that is waiting for you. You're gonna, there's an emphasis on a bunny. So that's like about fertility, fast moving, fast paced working but also childlike energy as well. I think about Alice in Wonderland and the Matrix, like following the white rabbit to the rabbit hole, freeing yourself, awakening. And this could be the same person right here. She's gained a lot of color. Or no, that's her. Yeah, it seems like it's her. Maybe. I don't know. They have different color here. I was just talking. But yeah, okay. Also, this is very random. You could start a jewelry business. You should look into that. So this is what you know. So you know that you need to freaking rest. This is the Four of Swords. You know that it's time for you to rest and take your time. Yeah, it's time for you to pause. Or on the opposite end, if you feel like you haven't been working, you need to get up. But I feel like there's a need for you to rest. That's the main, yeah. In order to really achieve this, what you believe, like I believe I'm going to be able to succeed in this and that endeavor, you have to be there for your body. Again, treat your body good today, and then tomorrow it's going to even treat you well. I don't know if that's what the proverb said earlier. Okay, so this is what you feel. So you feel, this is the Eight of Wands, you maybe feel like things are moving beyond, like things are beyond you. Your transformation is happening like without your effort. It's very effortless transformation. And you're planting your seeds, you're planting your roots into where you currently reside right now, and you're not moving. You're not folding type shit. But also there are extensions of you. You could send projects, throughout the world or the nation or whatever the fuck, Like you could be thinking about an international or a national business that can take you to places. Even if family is like, I don't want you to go. Usually the Eight of Swords is about movement, but this specific one is staying in place. The Eight of Wands, is staying in place. So I also feel like with intention comes great impact when it comes to whatever foundation that you choose to create. So once you set everything in place, trust that the motion will take its own shape, Don't put your hands in every single basket type shit. Like, design it with your intention, design your future with your intention, and then trust that it's been carefully orchestrated beyond you and within you. And then after that point, that checkpoint, just things are going to keep moving with or without you. So you can sleep. I feel like you get anxiety. You could get anxiety attacks when it comes to like your future. And then you got the Six of Cups. Interesting. So you think that this is a good thing. I feel like you think that what people may seem like is a dangerous path or a dangerous person, they think that it's a dangerous thing. It's distant from your home, from that tower that just fell apart. It's different. It's different from that. And you've traveled, you've gone on your own way. This person, this place, this thing brings out your inner child, okay? It brings out something that's really close to your heart. And you're not really giving a fuck about what other people's opinions about, what you do with your relationships. I think, so this talks about structure or like things being designed in your favor by the universe. And this also talks about this picture or this image kind of pushes the boundary of stepping outside of like a social invisible structure. Because like who says like a person can talk to a fucking bear? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't like to be fit. You don't like to fit into a box. Like you're just not somebody that can be defined. You cannot be somebody that can be trapped or understood. And you kind of like being misunderstood. It's like your superpower. Yeah. And people may overlook you and call you a crazy lady, but the whole time you actually communicating with the bear, and receiving some real messages about what's gonna happen with them or what's gonna happen with the whole world. That's very different. Like, I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, there's different ways that you connect with people. If you're craving connection, there's gonna be different ways to connect. You could connect to animals as well, and they could be like your escape from other people. So your challenge is going to be, there's a lot of distant castles. So your challenge is setting boundaries and not being like a sort of puppet, like feeling burdened by the society, like feeling burdened by the ideology or almost the knowing that you are a puppet of society. Y'all are like my revolutionaries, like my rebels at heart. So I feel like your main challenge is battling, like cutting off the puppeteers, cutting off that mentality that like this society shit is, I'm just a fucking puppet in the society. Like that's just a perspective. It's not necessarily like false, but that is just a perspective. Okay. Then, so yeah, you could be a musician. Music could play a definitely crucial part in your life. Your victory, interesting. You got the Knave of Wands. So I think your victory is going to be combating whatever doubts it is when it comes to pursuing a passionate project of yours that may go against the grain. Like, in the long run, it may go against the grain of society, of people's visions or perceptions or morals with you. But at the end of the day, like your victory is going to be like putting that middle finger up and deciding to go forth anyway. All right. Yeah. So now we're going to get into advice and then we're going to close out. And also, this competition is like, your people don't matter. you're going to just float beyond people's imaginations of like trying to compete with you. People could also try to either suck your energy, like you could like naturally attract energetic vampires because you're such a vibrant person that's just different and unique, or a lot of people may try to use you, or they just compete with you. You got a lot of competition where you're not really competing for nobody. Okay, so now advice. You got surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension that you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. So meditation, excuse me, I burped. Meditation and that was a hiccup burp. That was very interesting. But meditation and breath work could be very important to your health. And mirror work as well. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks and difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you've chosen the right path. I feel like that resonates with the whole reading. Defensiveness. There's no need for you to defend yourself. Once you know your path to success, wear a crown of middle fingers and keep it pushing, because that's going to drain your energy. Trying to defend yourself on a consistent basis is going to drain your energy. It's taking you away from that light at the end of the tunnel. But it says defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered by surrendering your stress and breathing in and out and focusing on yourself. Stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear non-defensive response. So just, inhale, exhale, know your mission, know your core, know your intention. Say, I know this is what you think, but I don't care, and I'm going to keep moving, period. Okay, so now this is like life purpose cards. Okay, so we got, sorry for shaking it. It says sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. So you could be a sensitive soul that maybe like it may be time for you to like leave a certain environment or a certain group of people, and you're kind of ignoring it. People may label you as being sensitive, like it's a negative thing. Whole time it's like it's just not meant for you. It's not your soul's calling to be in this given environment. So it's time for you to make necessary changes to help your soul feel a lot more comfortable in your body. It says spiritual teacher. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. Beautiful. You're a healer, a nurturer and a healer. It says school. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. That's very specific. You could also, like, YouTube University is also another school, It says family. Loving your relationships and family is central to your life purpose. So, it's a love-hate relationship. It's like you love them, but at the end of the day, you're going to take care of them with this 10 of Pentacles. It says creative expression. Yes, you're definitely an artist in some shape or form. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. So if you feel like you've been blocked, you're creatively blocked, maybe change the scenery, change the environment, and you'll see how things may shift for you. Here it says goose. Inner knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident that you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly. So you are definitely a free spirit that wants to fly away. If that means moving and people may not agree with you moving in that direction, it's okay. Fly freely. You're protected. Yeah. Giraffe visionary. Rise above earthly matters. There's a lot of fly. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. There's a lot of right paths in this reading. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. So at the end of the day, say bless to people that come at you crazy. Just say bless. Thank you. Because your vision. Trust your vision. And it's earthly matters. You're above the earthly small shit, You're just above it. Okay, period. Okay, it says bison abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. So praying is very important. Black bear, guardian, gentle and wise protector. Give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones that I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. So at the end of the day, like, you feel like you need to protect your people, just don't sacrifice yourself in doing that. Okay, it says singing and dancing. Okay, express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Vegetarian or vegan. So fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. That's very specific. Emotional sensitivity. Wow, double sensitivity. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity as it is a gift to us all. Yeah, fuck the people that be like, stop being so emotional. You know? It's too much. It's annoying that people judge that. Yeah, judge emotions, even though emotions are a strength. They're very much so informational. Sacral chakra. You are highly sensitive to chemical additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities. Respect your sensitivities. Oh my God. By avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. Yeah. So if you need to set boundaries, set those boundaries. Don't feel bad about setting boundaries. Because you could be also like an older sibling as well. Or take that. If you're not necessarily the oldest, you could take on that guardian role in your family or a friend group. It says workshops and seminars. Wow. Attending and giving speeches is a part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. So you got to be open to school and teaching and learning. That's a very specific message. Okay. It's very uneven, but it is okay. It says abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that's what you're going to experience. Beautiful. Visualize. Yes, a lot of meditations that you need to do. Visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such a great spiritual power. Oh my God. That everything you visualize eventually comes into reality. Hold a steady vision of that. I'm going to put this right above visionary because you got visionary here. What's it called? Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you experience. Raise or promotion. Congratulations, and an increase in your abundance flow awaits you there. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. So the money is finna come, baby. Finna come. Okay, and then we have sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there is no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. That's beautiful. Finally, it says block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment. Don't let people take charge of your time with work shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. Like, this is your life. If you die, they're going to replace your body. That's very, I'm sorry for saying it like that. But yeah, you want, take care of your shit. Take care of your body. Rest, take off a day if you need to. It says, so it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what is important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power and the responsibility to block them out. And music, again, could be very important. And think about, imagine the phone as a nasty, leech or parasite that is also controlling your time. It's sucking away your life force, which is your time. Okay, let us contact you, ask and you shall receive. A good companion shortens the longest road. So if you have a best friend or somebody that's there for you, don't be afraid to share, your dreams with them. Or if it's God, just get a good companion. If you feel supported, it's going to shorten that long road. You're not alone. It says we're always here to guide and protect you. So you got a lot of guidance, or yeah. It says be aware of how you spend your energy. I'm going to put that over here actually. And it's over here. Okay, so this concludes your reading. All right, if you've reached this far, I want you to comment an eye emoji, okay? An eye for visionary. You guys are my visionaries. Okay, so if you've reached this far, thank you so much for staying with me. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.